Q. To what are local wines? How do they originate? How do they affect the local weather conditions of a region? Explain. Q. To what are local wines? How do they originate? How do they affect the local weather conditions of a region? Explain. Approach. This is a pretty straightforward question where you just need to answer the factual questions. Now if you start explaining everything or every type of local wine, it will be too incomprehensible for you to write and also to complete the answer in word limit. So it's better that you categorize the wines broadly first and then explain shortly. In the synopsis, we have tried to cover almost all types of prominent wines of the world for your information. In the exam, you don't need to mention them. Local wines. There are several wines which develop in response of the local terrain. They are generated through temporary creation of regions with relative high and low pressure. They are known as the local wines. They have a significant impact in the weather conditions of a place and psychology of the society. Broadly, they can be categorized on the basis of periodicity. There can be periodic wines and non-periodic wines. Important periodic wines are mountain/valley wines, land/sea breeze, and monsoons. Important non-periodic wines are gravity wines, Chinook, blue, etc. Some of the prominent local wines are land and sea breeze. These wines develop as a consequence of the differential heating of the land and sea surfaces. During the day, the land heats up faster and becomes warmer than the water offshore. Because of this, a low-pressure area is created over the land surface and relatively high-pressure area on sea surface. This causes wine to blow from sea towards the land. This is called sea breeze. On contrary, during night, the land loses its heat relatively faster than the sea, hence a breeze starts flowing from land towards the sea surface. This is called land breeze. These wines are periodic wines and regulate the temperature in coastal areas. The sea breeze has a soothing effect on the weather and increases the efficiency of the people. These wines are more pronounced in tropical and subtropical latitudes as differential heating is more here. Mountain and valley breeze. The mountain and valley breeze also has direction reversal in every 12 hours like land and sea breeze. Mountain air cools rapidly at night and valley air heats. DLP phase I. GS1 compilation 2018 type text page 4 up rapidly during day. Thus warm air raises upslope during the day and at night, the cooler air subsides downslope into the valley. Katabatic wines or stroke gravity drainage wines. They are significant on a large scale than mountain and valley wines under certain conditions. These wines are usually stronger than mountain or valley wines. For these wines to blow, an elevated plateau or highland is essential, where layers at the surface cool, become denser and flow downslope. The ferocious wines that can blow off the ice sheets of Antarctica and Greenland are katabatic in nature. Some of the local wines, their region of occurrence and characteristics are given below. Blizzard. It is intensely cold, fast-blowing wine accompanied by snow. Blows in North America. Adriatic Sea. It descends from mountains during the winter season. It blows with a speed of 120-150 km/h. Its duration may be from 3 to 5 days. Brickfield. It blows from the desert of Australia during the summer season, December to February. Iran. It blows in Central Asia and Siberia. It is a strong cold northeasterly wine which reduces the temperature up to 30°. Chile. It is a hot dry wine which blows from the Sahara Desert towards the Mediterranean Sea through Tunisia. Chablis. It blows from the Sahara Desert towards Mediterranean Sea through Libya. It is an extremely hot local wine. It blows during the summer season. It may last for 3 to 5 days. This wine has extreme effects. Due to heat, the government declares the holiday. Because of this, the shade temperature reaches up to 60°. Sometimes the tires of the car melt and stick to the road. Even the dry grass catches fire. People shelter themselves in the basements. Tahout. It is a similar hot wine blowing towards the Mediterranean through Sudan. Caraburn. It blows from March to May and leads to hazy weather. It is also responsible for deposition of loess in Huaho Valley. Khamsin. Hot wine blows in Egypt for about 50 days. Loup. It blows in summer season in India and northern plains. It is a hot dry wine and raises the temperature. Loup follows the 3-day cycle. It starts blowing at 9 a.m. in the morning till 5 in the evening. On its third day, it is accompanied by a storm in the evening called Indy and causes little shower, taking the temperature down. Mistral, it blows in Rhone Valley of France. It a cold wind blowing during winters. It has adverse effects on orchards. Pampero, cold and dry wind blowing during winter season in Pampas, Argentina. TLP Phase I, GS1 Compilation 2018 Type Text Page 5 Samoon, hot wind blowing during summers in Iran. Simoon, hot wind blowing during summers in Saudi Arabia. Civil Code, hot and humid wind blowing from Sahara to Sicily during April to July. Berg, it descends from the Alps in Germany. It helps in melting of snow during winter season. Chinook snow or ice eater, it blows in USA and Canada between December and March. It descends on the leeward side of the mountain. It is warm and dry and causes the snow to melt. It has a soothing effect on weather and society. Note, in the above synopsis, the weather associated with the winds have been covered with the wind itself. In the form of an answer, you will have to mention that separately, as it is asked separately in the question. Monsoon as a local wind we have not covered here, as one synopsis is dedicated to monsoon climate.